is off to the business report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots to share with you in the business report today. As a number of the world's leading auto manufacturers pledge to cease production of internal combustion engines in the coming years, some as early as 2025, the BR decided to investigate how Jamaica and the region is preparing for the advance of what appears to be more than a fleeting change. A short commute to the Centre for Advanced Research in Renewable Energy at the University of the West Indies Mona campus put us in touch with a program designed to do just that, as described by
Tannecia Stephenson. I'm climate professor in the Department of Physics at the University of the West Indies.
Professor Stephenson shared what foundational knowledge is being offered by the university to those with interest in the field.
So we have our two courses at the University of the West Indies. We have Electric Mobility, Fundamentals of EV Technologies. 2, we have Dynamic Safety and Economics of EV Technologies. And any student across the university can access the first and it positions them for the second. Then we have been doing a series of training workshops. One has been Introduction to EV Technologies for teachers, and it has allowed us to be spending time with our teachers and building out their own capacities to take this knowledge into the classroom. Whether it is a renewable energy lesson, an electronics lesson, an engineering lesson, they are now positioning themselves to speak more clearly around EV technologies. What I would say the beauty of this training program is it is allowing persons to look at different parts of what we call the ecosystem of electric vehicles. So whether you're looking at the economic considerations and the cost savings that can be realized through EVs, or you're looking at fleet management and some of the considerations that companies who may want to transition in part or fully should be considering, or what any student needs to understand about the basic EV architecture to be able to understand, all right, so which one of these technologies may suit my needs. All of these are things that we touch on, and we think we are giving students a background that positions them to make decisions around whether it is insurance, or whether it is around costings, or whether it is around the solution that best suits them. We believe we have been having those kinds of conversations within our lectures and within our training workshops.
The dynamic nature of the courses has attracted significant participation, gaining traction even beyond the enrolled student population of the university.
So let's speak to uptake. To date, we have trained over 240 persons around EV technologies. And when we speak to that, we're speaking to about a cohort of 70 coming out of our own student complement. But we have also, through workshops that we have had in Jamaica with our teachers, and also with companies who are interested in fleet management, as well as workshops that we have had in St. Lucia, in Belize, in Grenada, we will have in Grenada, across all of these workshops, as well as online courses for self-paced learning, we have trained over 240 persons. And so there is a huge market and huge interest across many stakeholders to learn as much as possible about EV technologies.
However, the program itself would not be as feasible without the support of international partners.
Right, so the program we are rolling out is sponsored by the German Ministry of Economic Affairs and Climate Actions, and they have an international climate initiative that's helping to fund this program of activities, and we're also funded through a German entity called GIZ. So these are the international funders that have been supporting us.
Locally, a diverse list of prominent entities, businesses and organizations, including Jamaica Public Service JPS, continue to play a vital part in powering the capacities of the program.
And the Jamaica Public Service Foundation, they have been crucial partners in the rollout of our programs. We have been engaging with persons such as the ATL Automotive Group, who have been dealing with tropical mobility, tropical renewables. Jamaica Urban Transit Corporation has been one of our partners, Ilesco, HART, Jamaican German Automotive School. So we have had a number of partnerships that have helped us to roll out our own courses as well as the wider EV program.
Professor Stephenson suggests that while Jamaican industry or the consumer market may not yet have reached the tipping point to see wide-scale adoption, there are signs that interest continues to advance at a steady rate.
I do not think that our larger industries may be convinced just as yet that this is a cost-effective way to approach their transportation needs or satisfying their needs, but I see interest. And as we have workshops, for example, around EV economics and fleet management, and we see partners such as the Jamaica Defence Force coming in, we see our Planning Institute of Jamaica, or we see some of the companies that are on the ground just trying to come in and understand EVs to be better able to make that decision. We see that growing interest. And so where I think our market is at is a growing interest and still exploring the possibilities before we see the kind of transitions we expect to see in the future.
Which, as you'll discover in part 2, is not that far away, nor on a linear path, as we plug into the practical experiences of electric mobility with Dr. Louis Ray Harris, lecturer in the Department of Physics at UWI, behind the wheel. And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crossgill.